Hi, the group we chose is General Motors, and it is an industry that we consider an oligopoly. The reasons for our believing this is the number of suppliers is there's few large producers. Types of products are unique vehicles, also known as differentiated products. Degrees of barriers to entry are high difficulty due to the procedure by economics of scale, large expenditure of capital for startup and controlled patents. Types of information are non-price competition supported by heavy advertising, strategic behavior, mutual independence, and rent-seeking through regulatory capture. The producer is a price maker, and for the top four firms control 58.3% of the market, which is greater than 40%. This shows evidence of an oligopoly.
General Motors and firms in the car industry currently get a $7,500 income tax credit when they produce fewer than 200,000 cars. In our first graph, we show General Motors before the tax credit, where marginal revenue meets marginal cost. They're producing fewer than 200,000 cars. At this point on the demand curve is higher than the average total cost. Because the demand curve is average revenue, that means that the average revenue is greater than the average total cost, where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. This means we have an economic profit, and a rather large one. However, once we produce more than 200,000 vehicles, then we lose out on the tax credit that we were getting before. This raises the variable cost, which is a key This raises the variable cost, which is a key component of the average total cost, thus raising the average total cost. Where marginal revenue meets marginal cost, the point on the demand curve is still above average total cost, but a lot smaller. Thus, we see a lower economic profit. To find the optimum quantity and price, you find where marginal revenue meets marginal cost. Doing that, you find the optimum quantity. And then you follow the optimum quantity up to the demand curve and see where the price is on that point. Thus, you find the optimum quantity and optimum price. Same thing for the other graph. Optimum quantity is found by going marginal cost meets marginal revenue right here, greater than 200,000. And then you follow that up to the demand curve. You see the marginal price across there. And that's how you find the marginal quantity and marginal quantity and marginal.
Hello, I just want to explain what's the point of these two graphs and how they relate to our society today. Well, it's just the main fact that that recently General Motors is asking Congress for an expansion of their $7,500 income tax credit, because their tax credit will expire when they produce more than 200,000 electric cars. And as you can see here, this is before their tax credit expired, basically rent seeking. And you see by the big yellow square that they're making a huge economic profit because their costs are pretty low thanks to the income tax credit. Now, if you look at here, this is when their income tax credit expires and and their ATC curve shifts up. They're still making an economic profit, but nowhere near as much as the first one because since their tax credit is gone, they have higher production costs, especially in variable.
This is our works cited and our group members for this assignment.